Good morning, H2 show listeners. The Drive Tribe is back. I know you're here. Some of y'all are like, hey, what are you doing? You're late. And I am. I'm 12 minutes late. We make choices, not excuses. I made some bad choices. I didn't get out of bed like I should. That's okay. We are here. That's the most important thing. And we're ready to have fun. So I've got some wisdom to impart today on the Teachable Moment Tuesday. Yesterday was our Drive and Thrive Monday. We launched into this week like rock stars. We got this ball rolling, but Tuesday's really the real test, right? We gotta get that rolling. Hold on one second. I'm gonna do this. Gotta silence my phone. Look at there, skipping steps already today. Boom, done, and we're back. Okay, so what did we do yesterday? What did we learn? We strike our pose like we're a superhero. Fake it till you make it. That way you get that energy, that confidence. I did that this morning. I got up. I did my hinge health, my shoulder therapy this morning. We're setting wins. We're striking poses, and we celebrated National Read Across America Day. My kid ate green eggs and ham yesterday, Mr. Little Trippy. He also got an award yesterday, which I was really excited about. For his uniqueness in February. So he's an awesome kid. I love him to death. Let's go next. We hit up a magical story. We talked about Lena and the magic book that she had. And today we're going to try to keep the fire alive. So Tuesday is the real test. So whether you're sipping your coffee, hitting the gym, driving in your traffic, or you're just sitting in your bed watching me trying to figure out if I'm going to review another Black Rifle coffee deliciousness, maybe on the next show, working on that. Let's keep the fire burning and let's roll. Let's go. Okay. Let me give you a little transition. It tells me my volume's not high enough. All right, so quick rewind. Yesterday we turned Monday into a launch pad. We said we're going to pick a specific win. We're going to break it down into the goals we need. We're going to stack those wins with something we're already doing, work them into our routine. And I shared my goal. My goal was physical therapy. Do that 3 times a week. First day, crushed it. Easy peasy. Got up, got it done, ready to roll. Today, that alarm clock hit, and I was wondering if I could be a professional snuggler like my sister talked about there. The pillow was pulling at me. It was like a siren song. It wanted me to just sail the ship right into the rocks. But I got up anyway. It ended up making me 12 minutes late. I'm sorry. Again, no excuses. I made myself 12 minutes late for being lazy. That's what happened. But I got up. I did my 2-minute pose in the mirror, trying to build my confidence and my strength. Superhero. I'm still feeling a little bit like Captain America over here. And then from there, I did my 10 minutes and the fire's still burning. So what about you? Did you nail it? Did you get it done? I saw Tara in the comments saying she was going to work on her physical therapy for her leg. I need to ask her, how'd it go? What we do here matters because we bring accountability to each other inside the Drive Tribe here. That sounds silly and hokey, but the reality is that accountability is a very important step in setting a goal. By stating it out loud, by putting it out here for everybody to see, I know you're going to feel silly. It's going to feel embarrassing, but it builds that accountability partner here. So today let's go look over at the national calendar. We got Grammar Day. So all you grammar warriors out there, keeping our sentences tight, making sure everybody on the internet knows that they probably didn't pay enough attention during kindergarten. I certainly didn't. Our first grade definitely didn't. There were cute girls in first, second, and third grade. Sorry. And I didn't have glasses, so I couldn't see the board. Shout out to you word nerds. Keep it up. I appreciate it, and I'm trying. If I struggle, let me know down in the comments. It's okay. I can take it. It's National Hug a GI Day, so if there's a service member in your life or a service member go ahead and give them a little love. Give them a hug. It's also National Pound Cake Day, and it's also National Sun Day. So you can have a small win in celebrating your kids and loving on them as well. Yesterday Trip came home. He was super excited about his his award that he got. He was also super excited to go outside and scoot around on his scooter. He loves that thing. It lights up. The wheels light up. He was super excited. So we went out and did that. He was showing me his little flying squirrel trick going through the little curb, boom, and landing it on the driveway. So it was a really good time hanging out with him. And then we played a little ball. He doesn't like the soccer ball, but he does like kicking one of those little pink bouncy balls from Walmart. Loves that thing, and likes trying to kick it past me into the road, so I have to run and get it. He will not go on the road, but without looking both ways. But he likes Dad to go on the road. All right, let's move on to our Teachable Moment Tuesday. So in this Teachable Moment Tuesday, the biggest thing we're going to focus on is keeping the fire burning. You've seen it in all the illustrations we've used as we pitched the show today and showed off. Hey, as a favor to me, if you don't mind and if you enjoy the show, feel free to share those on Facebook as you go. Mark it that you're attending. If you're not seeing those, let me know that you're not seeing those down in the comments, because I want to figure out how I can get those out to more people so people can see this and come in here and join the tribe. And maybe they have something interesting to say. Heck, maybe they'll be on the show one day. So why do we focus on keeping the fire burning? Well, we all know we have done this before. All right, January 1st, you hit it hot and heavy. You're excited, you're pumped, you're ready. But then January 2nd comes. All right, it's a little bit tougher. January 3rd comes, a little bit tougher. So when you start something new, there's always this general trend of momentum that builds like this, and then it can drop like a rock, and then you got to build it back. So what we're trying to do is trying to build something slow to keep that fire burning. So we had a big giant blaze yesterday. We had that Dr. Seuss energy, and we had a marathon man in jeans to inspire us with Mr. Haynes there, and we were all pumped up. But today is about just keeping the flicker lit, right? We just want to keep the pilot light on. We want to figure out what the next stick is we can put on the fire so that we can get out of bed and keep it going. And that's really what today's about. So as an example, today in history, on March 4th, 1789, the U.S. Constitution officially kicked in when the first Congress met in New York. And that wasn't a one-day win. We all know it, right? That was a multi-year win, tens of years, really decades, where it took a lot of time for them to build up to getting a constitution. We had the articles, and then we had the Constitution, but we had a whole war about it. So it wasn't a one-day win. It was a spark that started and has still been burning for 236 years. So another example, March 4th, 1933, FDR was inaugurated as president and drops the iconic line, "The only thing we have to fear is fear itself." And look, that started pulling the country out of the Great Depression. And it took countless steps for us to get out of that Great Depression. And obviously it was a tough time, but we're here, right? He built the momentum, the American people, the indomitable human spirit ultimately got us out of that. If we can do that, we can obviously get up in the morning and do our physical therapy. So for me, it's those 10 minutes of therapy, right? They got my day warmed up. It's not flashy. My shoulder feels a little bit better today. It's a little more sore than it was yesterday, but I'm feeling a little bit stronger. I'm feeling a little more confident I can do it. And by the way, Hinge Health is a great program. It lets you build momentum because it rewards you with little small things. Like today I earned resistance bands, so those are coming. It has these little motion camera things, and so it introduces them slowly so it keeps you interested, keeps you coming back. So if you're looking at a way to do some physical therapy and you don't really like going places, it certainly can be something, and I can do it right there on my phone. So for me, it was that consistency. That's the teachable moment. Building something slowly over time makes it more sustainable, and that's what we're trying to do here. You built your goal yesterday. Maybe you hit it, maybe you didn't, but you're starting to build towards something bigger than what you have right now. And you don't need this roaring flame every day. It's more than just an emotional, I've got to be excited and pumped to do it. No, you don't. You don't. Understand something. Momentum comes with movement. So you don't have to be just, woo, I'm ready, I'm raging, I got my fist in the air, we're going to do this thing. No, not every day. In fact, sometimes that'll burn you out faster than just being consistently engaged and willing to make a move. So stick to it, Put another stick on the coals. Find that stick. What is your stick today? Put it on there, and let's just keep it rolling, okay? All right, cool. Let's move to the next thing. So let's break that down and let's see how we can make it happen. On your Monday win, did you pick it? Did you break it? And did you stack it? If you didn't, no big deal. Every day can be day one. If you did, awesome. I'm proud of you. Keep it rolling. Find your stick today. Stay motivated to do the next step. Yesterday was the big roaring fire. Let's just keep it burning. Okay, so we did it. Now, what is your Tuesday move? What are you going to do today? You did it on Monday. What are you going to do today? For me today, it was just get out of bed. Find a way. And so when I got out of bed, I set 2 alarms. Last night, I thought about it. I'm writing the show notes. I'm like, okay, I'm popping back and forth with Grok and ChatGPT, trying to figure out how to make this clever and fun and interesting and engaging for everybody. And I go, okay, how do I find a stick? What's my stick for my fire? And for me, it was setting 2 alarms. I set one for 4:20. I set one for 4 o'clock. And I think I even had one for 4:30. I was hopeful that I could hit the 4 o'clock wake up. And I didn't. I didn't even hit the 4:20. But by 4:30, I figured it out. I got out of bed. I rolled over. I started with the pose. I went to the bathroom, started with my pose in the mirror, and then I went ahead and right into my hinge health. I should have given myself more time. I should have got up earlier. Sure, but we did it. So what's yours? Maybe it's, hugging a GI. Maybe you're saying like, hey, what am I going to do here? I'm going to hug a service member, and I'm going to try to follow the national day of the calendar, the national calendar, and do something each day that ties into that. Maybe it's fixing a grammar mistake if that's what you're into. Maybe it's studying your like your as in you own it, and you are as in the conjunction. Maybe that's you. Maybe that's what you want to do. Maybe that's where you want to focus. Well, one time I focused on inconvenience and how to spell it, and I still have to sound it out. One time I had to talk about together. Could never spell that. And my dad was like, to get her. And guess what? It stuck. It's been with me ever since. Or separate. And that way I could do separate. Okay? Whatever it is. Maybe it's reading another page and you want to keep that magic alive, that vibe from yesterday with Rita Carson America and Dr. Seuss Day. Whatever those things are, take your step 2 this Tuesday. And then step 3 is going to be to fan the flame. Tell us in the tribe here, put it in the comments, no judgment, whatever your goal is, put it in there so that we can stack wins together. That's what we want to know. We want to pick those wins up, and we want to pick each other up. So put them on there in the comments, whether it be on Facebook, YouTube, wherever. And then that'll help you stick to it because you'll have a whole group of people. I mean, sometimes there's as many as 500 people seeing these videos. They'll know what your goal is. They may have some advice for you. So take that and enjoy it. All right, next, let's go. I'm going to give you some inspiration. All right, let's get some inspiration. So let's go to some birthdays and shout them out. Newt Rockne, legendary Notre Dame coach. He was born in 1888. He's obviously a highly motivated individual and was highly motivating because they won a bunch of national titles. Patsy Kensit, she was an actress and model born 1968. And, of course, she kept her fire burning over decades in the spotlight. Whitney Port was on the Hills, became a fashion designer and reality star. She was born in 1985 on this day. So, hey, here's some people that just have birthdays today that you can clearly see over time invested in small steps to ultimately be consistent winners. So what you do every day matters more than what you do every once in a while. A lady, Sarah LaPerriere, told me that, and I will never forget it because it really has been a resonating thing for me ever since. All right, and now let's go. Bring it down a bit. Okay, I got real excited. I was pumped up there for a minute. I want to just get real honest about it. This is not going to be a smooth process. Let's say your goal is to write a book. Okay, it's going to get messy. Life is messy. you write 200 pages or 200 words at a time. You might write 1,000 pages and it still be nothing that's worth publishing in your opinion, right? But it's the momentum, it's the movement that really matters it. And there's going to be things in life that are going to get in the way. Okay, it'd be real simple. If I was a single guy, had no kids and had no risk, didn't have a house, whatever it was, and we were starting over, like I was just back to zero. You just graduated high school, got no bills. If you could come to a guy like a Dr. Harris and you say, I'm going to rent this space from you, and you go get a gym membership, or maybe you still have a gym membership because you're still in college and your parents are helping you pay for it, and you were to start a podcast like this, right? You'd be spending the night on that couch every night. You'd be eating takeout. Maybe you'd be working at one of these restaurants nearby, so you get 50% off food because they give you an employee discount, and you just barely be making the rent. And then you'd be grinding it out, putting shows out, learning how to do video editing, how to do audio, everything about this. That would be simpler than what trying to do it now, right? When you got a full-time job, you got to fit it in, and you got kids that sometimes get sick, or they wake up in the middle of the night, or they got events like they got to go to Savannah for 3 days over a weekend. That's okay. It can still be done. Even a smoldering ember, just a small one, you just need the flame to stay lit, and you can get through a month. Let's think about the late Gene Hackman, okay? As an example of sometimes the smoldering ember ends up burning the brightest at the end. So, unfortunately, Gene Hackman passed away. A lot of, I wouldn't say controversy, but just interest around his death and what happened. But I want to talk about his life. So Gene did not get his first break until he was 37. So he was 37 in 1967. He got a role in a film called Bonnie and Clyde, and he won a nomination for Best Supporting Actor. That's really what launched his Hollywood career. But that wasn't the first film he tried out for. He'd been on TV shows and small roles, and he'd been going through years of struggle, the struggling actor trying to find the real, make it or break it job. And his life took off after that, and obviously he became a very famous actor, starring in movies like Hoosiers and The Replacements, and there's countless other ones that I wasn't, really aware of or a fan of or whatever it may be, and probably just haven't went and watched because I'm a fan of Gene Hackman. I probably like any movie he's ever been in. But the point is that ember was burning for a long time, and you can keep the ember burning. Just keep it lit by finding whatever stick it is today to put on the ember. So that's what we're really trying to do, and that's what we're really trying to build. So if it's a deep breath, a quick power pose, whatever it is that's your stick. I loved what my sister put in the comments yesterday about the 3 B's. Breathe. So take a deep breath. That centers you. Get your mind right. Focus up. And then that second one was believe. So you're aiming the arrow to take the shot. And then finally, it was attack. It was break. That's attacking the target. I love that because the stick can be any of those. It could be, hey, I'm just, to keep that fire burning, I'm going to take a deep breath. When I'm confused, when I'm worried, when something's not going right, I'm just going to breathe in and out real slow, level set. And then I'm going to believe that I have the skills to solve whatever problem it is, because nobody gets anywhere by panicking except into more panic. And then I'm going to attack it. So attack your goals. All right, and let's go to the next segment here. So yesterday we hyped up Truett Haynes. He was the marathon man that ran in Gene's 6-minute mile. I want to keep him in the forefront because, honestly, legend. But it didn't happen overnight. Obviously, he invested over time in being able to do that. It wasn't like, hey, I'm chasing my dog and I just start running 6-minute miles for 26 straight miles. he really invested over time, ran some races before. He's obviously in very good shape. Doing 10,000 pull-ups in a day doesn't happen overnight either. So whatever it is to keep the fire alive, I'm just reminding you, we've got inspiration all around us, and we can keep the fire burning. It's worth chasing your goal, and it's worth pursuing it, and you can do great things because you know how to do hard things. So choose your hard. You're either going to be disappointed and feel the shame of, I didn't make it or I didn't get it done, and then you can feel bad for yourself. If you want to do that, we can throw a little pity party, or you can keep the fire burning. And you don't need to get down either if you break it. Like, oh, I was supposed to read a page every day and I forgot. That's okay. Start again the next day. It can always be day one. It's not a big deal. All right. Let's get to my favorite segment, which is the verse of the day. So before we land this, before we're done, and I'll leave you with the Teachable Moment Tuesday kind of wrap up here, I want to read to you from the verse of the day from the Bible app. And it says, from Hebrews 13:8 in the ESV, Jesus Christ is the same yesterday and today and forever. I wasn't real confident that I'd come in here and have this conversation about keeping the fire burning and about consistency and that sort of thing. And then this morning I read this verse. That's the interesting thing about the Bible. They don't publish what the next verse is going to be that I can find. If y'all can find that, please tell me. It'd help me write the show notes a lot faster and a lot better. But man, that really hit me. I was like, okay, maybe this is God's way of saying that we all need this today, that we all need to understand that Jesus Christ is the same yesterday and today and forever. And because he is, we have that to depend on, and we can lean back on it. And, at first I thought this podcast was going to be one thing, and then it became another, and then it's just constantly kind of changing. And I don't know that we've found our voice yet, but it's amazing that because our source is Jesus, it can evolve and things can change, and we can revolve as long as we're revolving around him, because he is the only consistent thing for us, the only firm foundation we can build on. And that's what this is telling us, is that he's the same yesterday, today, and forever. Unchanging, unwavering. He loves you. He wants you to find your way to that narrow path we talked about yesterday. And that consistency gives us a promise to lean on at all times. And that can be your stick too. When you're ever in a situation where, the fire's not burning hot, the passion isn't happening. And truthfully, this is about anybody that's ever become a Christian. It'll burn like crazy that first few days. Some of that's emotion, and then that falls away, and you want to make sure that you've built a foundation of the Word and of God in your heart, that you can maintain that faith walk throughout. And here's another thing. If you get involved in serving in the church and being a part of a church, you're going to be exposed to things, because guess what? Nobody in the church is perfect. Your pastor's not perfect. Your treasurer's not perfect. Your board of trustees, everybody has their own little hiccups. And those things, while they're a new person, you're a new creature, you don't want to continue to be that way. We're always going to be broken as long as we are still here. And you're going to experience that if you're in the church, if you're if you're an elder or a deacon or name it. As you move up in your level of service and you're kind of get into that inner workings of the church, you're going to need to lean back on that Jesus is the reason you're doing this, and that the reason why you're volunteering or why you're giving of your time is that you're doing it unto Christ. Because I promise you, people aren't the same yesterday, today, and forever. The only thing that's consistent is going to be Jesus Christ is the same yesterday, today, and forever. And because you have that and you have God, you can lean into that and know that that's where your confidence can come from. So I got off on a tangent there. Let's get back to the show a little bit. So let's go and look at what do we want to leave today with. All right. I want to give you a teachable moment takeaway. So yesterday we hit our win plan. We hit on how to Ohio our inbox, right? Only handle it once. We hit on our win plan, which was to pick it, break it, and stack it. Okay. And we gave ourselves a pose that can be our stick today. So we got the fire running. We got it burning. That was yesterday. Pick it, break it, stack it. Stack it with a win you already have. That fire is burning here. What we want to do for our teachable moment takeaway today is understand that momentum isn't magic. It's a choice. You make it every day, and you make it one stick at a time. So on Tuesday when we're tested, let's get the stick. Let's put it in, whether that's breathing, that's taking a deep breath, whether that's doing the pose, going to the bathroom and saying, hey, I need a minute. I'll be right back. Or just stepping out like, hey, you got to go take a little potty break. Stand in the mirror and take you 30 seconds and build that confidence back. Or it's going to that verse in Hebrews there and saying, okay, Jesus Christ is the same yesterday, today, and forever. Whatever you need today, when the moments get hard, when stuff is not going your way, just go ahead and find your stick. All right. So let's write that down. Momentum isn't magic. It's a choice you make one stick at a time. That's how you keep the fire burning. Write that down. Momentum isn't magic. It's a choice you make one stick at a time. Put that on a sticky note. Put it on your mirror, on your fridge, on your car, anywhere you can. And let's use that as our motivation to get through our Tuesday. Because we got hump day coming up. We're going to do a hump day special too on Wednesday. And let's share that message that we need to keep the fire burning. And one way I want you to share that message, go down in the comments. Tell us what your goal is. Tell us what it is. And that way we can help you stay motivated. And with that, let's move to the end of the day. Well, as we end today, remember it's National Grammar Day. It's Hug a GI Day. It's Pound Cake Day. I think it's even Pancake Day at IHOP. So you may be able to get a free pancake over there. Check that out. If I find a deal, I'll post it. And it's also National Sunday. They got all kind of national days. Take your pick, which one you want to celebrate, which one makes your heart happy, which one keeps your motivation going. I love you guys. I'm so happy that you come and you attend. I know you probably got one person listening right now, but there'll be more people listening as the day goes on. And I hope that this helps you walk away with something. We say a lot of words. I hope you take even just one of those things and you're able to lean into them and they make your life a little bit better. That's why we keep coming in here and I keep, writing these notes and having these conversations. So tell me in the comments how you're going to keep the fire burning. What's your stick? Which one are you going to choose? Is it the breathe, believe, and break? Is it I'm going to plan it, stack it, win it? Plan it, break it, stack it. Which way are you leaning and what's going to keep you motivated? The most important thing, though, is make choices, not excuses, because that's what we do in the Drive Tribe. You know how to do hard things, so that's going to mean you can do great things. We love you. We care about you. And I hate to do this. We don't say goodbye. We say see you real soon, mainly because I like Mickey Mouse. But
at the end of the day, the day got